a look at what $450,000 will buy you here in the Greater Lafayette area. And when you're talking about $450,000, you start to get an interesting variety of places. And first off, we're going to go out to Capilano, which has some amazing homes. It was one of the first luxury neighborhoods here in the Greater Lafayette area. This particular home was built in 1974. The homes in this area are still quite desirable, quite nice, but what happens is some of them are a little larger than others. Some of them have been taken care of and fixed up a little more than others. So when you get to $450,000, you start talking about what might be considered a typical, a historically luxury neighborhood here in the Greater Lafayette area. But this is just to the northwest side of West Lafayette, just past Menards out on the northwest side. But this is 3512 Capilano Drive in West Lafayette, TSC Schools, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,774 square feet on almost an acre, 0.8 acres, and almost feels like it's in nature, which is fairly typical for many homes in this neighborhood. But you move inside and you kind of have those barnwood beams that have been painted white up top. This one definitely has that feel of white with the beige walls and the white painted beams. But 2,700, almost 2,800 square feet means that you got a living room with a completely separate kitchen dining area. You're not doing this big great room setup like you are in more modern homes. And you move into one of your 5, count them, 5 bedrooms. This is the primary with the attached bathroom. And kind of what I was saying about Capilano holds here. This home is not all original to the 1970s, but it is also not exactly 2026 in all of its fit and finish. You could definitely do some updating to make it your own, but it's very much ready to go as well. There's nothing keeping you from living in it, and you could fix up one bathroom at a time as you go thing. And then you head down to the semi-finished basement, shall we call it. They've currently got it set up as a home gym. Obviously, your mechanical area is down there. You could certainly finish that off, turn that into a little nicer gym, turn it into a movie theater if you wanted. And then you head out back, and this is really kind of what sells this particular home, is this lovely wooded backyard. And then you have the porch to enjoy some outdoor living, especially as seasonal summer is not coming to an end, but the summer of the school year is coming to an end. So that is 3512 Capilano Drive in West Lafayette, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,774 square feet on 0.8 acres, currently listed for $450,000. And if you're interested in looking at that one, go to the LafayetteReal.com/YouTube, fill out the form, and I will be in touch. I'm Geoff Gooch, your Lafayette local real estate resource of choice. And we're going to continue our look at what $450,000 will buy you here in the Greater Lafayette area. We did $250, we did $350, and now we are doing $450. $450 will buy you a home really close to Purdue University and in the West Lafayette School Corporation. Getting windows moved around here. So many windows to do these live streams. In Wabash Shores. So this is just a little north, this one on the map, Wabash Shores and Chippewa right here. So you just arc around right here and you can head on over to West Lafayette Intermediate School and on down to the high school, and then on down to Purdue University on down this way. And you're really on the edge of like the Happy Hollow area. So that's one of the advantages to homes in this area, is that you can walk down the street and wander into the hollow and get into the park and enjoy all that nature and hiking that's in there. So let's take a tour of 204 Chippewa Street in West Lafayette. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2,800 square feet on almost a third of an acre, 0.29 acres in the Happy Hollow area. And as we take this tour of homes in the Greater Lafayette area and we see what $450,000 will buy you, $450,000 will buy you almost 3,000 square feet on a third of an acre in the West Lafayette School Corporation, really close to the West Lafayette schools, really close to Purdue University, and just like lovely home in nature. And look how well this has been updated. This is just absolutely beautiful, I think, on the inside. This home was built in 1964, and you can see those touches. They haven't completely overridden them, but they have definitely made it modern head into all the 4 of the bedrooms that you have, you can start to see some of the older touches, like the mirrored sliding doors on the closets there. 4 bedrooms and 4 baths, so lots of little pictures to look at there with the original hardwood floors that have been well taken care of, and moving into the updated bathroom. Got this one set up as an office, and you move downstairs to your game room, your party room, your theater, but it's got a wet bar. It's not even a wet bar. It's got a semi-kitchen down here. You have a sink and you have an in-wall oven downstairs. Kitchenette is the word that I am looking for. So you can go down there and have a good time on game night. And by game night, I mean when you go down there to play Dungeons and Dragons. Head out to your enclosed porch for your gym work. And like I said, in the Happy Hollow area, you get the sense that you are close to nature. This one's not quite as enveloped in nature so much as some of the Happy Hollow homes, but definitely some older, larger trees that still surround the property. So that is 204 Chippewa Street in West Lafayette. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2,850 square feet, on almost a third of an acre, currently priced at $450,000. So if you want to check out Chippewa, go to the LafayetteReal.com/YouTube, fill out that form, and I'll be in touch, because I'm Geoff Gooch, your local Lafayette real estate resource of choice. And then we will finish up our tour of homes here in the Greater Lafayette area. And we looked at $250,000 homes. We looked at $350,000 homes. And we're finishing up with what $450,000 will buy you here in the Greater Lafayette area. And we had an older luxury neighborhood in Capilano. We had a great 1960s home on Chippewa that is in the West Lafayette School Corporation, that is close to all the schools and close to Purdue University. And then we're going to finish up again with a West Lafayette address, this loaded here, that is also out in Capilano. Fun to do 2 Capilanos in one. It's in the Capilano neighborhood. So to see that compare and contrast a couple of homes from Capilano. This is 3718 High Acre Place in West Lafayette. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,752 square feet, so the better part of 3,000 square feet, on 0.36 acres. And again, like many homes in Capilano, you feel like you're not completely disconnected from nature. You got some lovely older trees surrounding the house. I love that window, and we'll get to see it from the inside as well. A home that was built in 1972, and you can feel those touches on the inside where there's been some updating, but it's been a few years since the updating happened, so it's not original in 1972, but it's not 2026 either. But you can kind of see some of the window detail here in the picture of the dining room here. And it's the sort of home that, again, is ready to rock, ready to live, nothing wrong with it, but also ready to be made your own. You can get in here and live and then start to make edits and changes to it to make it your own. But at the $450,000 price point, you really start to get multiple living areas. You get a separate dining room as well as the eat-in dining room on the kitchen. You have the kitchen that has been more recently updated, modern appliances there. Updated countertops and kitchens with the attached den there. I love that feature, so that you can kind of sit there and read while the cooking's going on in the kitchen. Head out to the den with the massive sectional couch there. And you can see this is kind of like the original great room, right? It all runs in a line, but it's not just one big airspace, so you still feel separate from each other. And you got plenty of room to spread out in your 4 bedrooms. Your primary with the attached, with the dual basin sink, and 3 other bedrooms on top of that. Gotta go back. I enjoy this one every time I see it. The trim work. Little fun things catch my eye. When you have 4 bedrooms, you can set one up as an office if you like. You got your enclosed 3-season screened-in porch back there. So that is 3718 High Acre Place in West Lafayette. This is in Capilano. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,752 square feet on 0.3 acres. Currently listed at $450,000. And if you would like to go see High Acre Place, go to thelafayettereal.com/YouTube. Fill out that form, and I will be in touch. I'm Geoff Gooch, your local Lafayette real estate resource of choice.